Yeah, yeah. They always come back to. All right. Finally, okay. Okay, we're back. Oh, so hello, Jude. What's up, man? What is up? Okay. So for starters, I was late because I was editing a short regarding the Sennheiser visit from yesterday, like when we went there. And another thing is because I got multiple what do you call this, supplies, for example, so to speak, for the double O Conta, the Conta Gundam. This is the 2010 version. This is not the Conta, what do you call that, with the GN4 or something. This is not that one because I can't really afford the other thing, in which case we're probably going to be building that around August because I got some stuff for that thing. Like, I asked my, hey, yo, dad, what's up? Can you buy me some of this and some of that? And yeah. What's up, Jojo? What's up, Kuya Mikey? What's up, man? Not worth it anymore? Well, the thing is, right? The thing is, okay. The reason why I wanted to put the I guess paint the picture or like paint the question of is it still worth it is because number one reason why I'm not yet doing any videos surrounding the Black Pearl is because I'm still waiting out for like the revamped version with the EQ and for the silver version which is without the EQ. They still don't have proper distinctions for that in some websites. I believe in Shopee they do, in Lazada they don't, then in Amazon they don't, in Linsol they don't, but I believe Linsol still sells the original one. So there's essentially 3 versions of the tier N Black Pearl ongoing right now, and I'm still waiting for the 2 versions to go up. If anything though, this definitely trumps over the Dawn Pro 2. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that. Yes, this was sent, the Dawn Pro was sent to me by Moondrop, but given that at least my version of the Black Pearl is at 1 point something volts exactly, and like compare that to the TP35 Pro that I also have, this is around 0.9. I mean, still technically 1 volt, but Black Pearl has like, it's similar to, what do you call this? It's similar to, I guess, hard drives, right? In hard drives, if you say 1 terabyte, this should mean 1,000 1,000 gigs, right? 1,000 gigabytes. But most often than not, what 1 terabyte actually means, like when you buy them and you set it up and so on, is it's like at 900. So that's kind of like what's going on with at least the TP35 Pro versus the Black Pearl, and I want to see that for certain with the Dawn Pro 2. In which case, I have multiple things as well that could help objectify rather, if the Dawn Pro 2 is still actually something worth it. And what we're going to be doing there is I'm going to be exercising some of my some of my, I suppose, knowledge, my technical know-how in terms of electronics, so we can actually find out the values of this thing in terms of output impedance, max current output, and just find out a whole lot of things about them, essentially. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Oh, what's up, Sue? What's up, man? But, yeah. Also, it's been a while since the last time I streamed. Hello, Goat! What's up? My Goat. My Shaila. What's up? I love your content. Thank you, Zoro. Thank you. Yeah, my week went well. I got a new Gundam. I got a new contact from you know, we got a new contact for that. I mean, it was an event and every participant had one of these, but I went home with a bit more goodies, I suppose. Nah. Sue has dibs on that thing. He got first. Yeah, the Sennies. We might be getting Sennheisers very soon. But in any case, I'm gonna start the proper error right now. So if I don't immediately respond to your messages, I am sorry. But let's start the unboxing and everything, alright? I need a powerful DAC. T71, bro. 8 volts RMS. Still one of the better ones for real. Alright. Wait, where's the record? Where's the goddamn record? Alright, let's go do this shit. Is it recording? Okay, it is. Alright, so Moondrop Dawn Pro 2. This has been sent to me by Moondrop themselves, but as always, I'm never really going to allow any sort of payments when it comes to like audio stuff like this. Maybe in microphones until such time that I do like reviews for them. Maybe. But Dawn Pro 2. This is DAC AMP similar to both the TP35 Pro from EPZ as well as the Tier and Black Pearl. On which case, I don't really have a proper review for either one of them as of yet. I'll be having a proper review for the TP35 Pro very soon this July. I'm gonna try to upload 3 videos within 9 days. Or within, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Moondrop Dawn Pro. So we're gonna be doing more than the usual, checking out the accessories, checking out the application for this, and so on and so forth. We're gonna do more than that, but hence why I have the electronic stuff right here, and I have something set up there to test stuff out later. But before that, of course, we gotta unbox him first. So around the tin can, we can see here 3.5 and 4.4 millimeter outputs, 132 decibels at 1 kilohertz is probably the maximum that it can do. So, oh, then never mind. No, that's dynamic range. I'm dumb. THD plus N is basically non-existent here. Output magnitude, so output voltage at 0 dBFS is at 4.1 VRMS. We're gonna verify all of those stuff. Output power. This is actually the output power is actually not something that you typically see in stuff in similarly priced DAC amps. So I'm surprised to see this here, where the output power is 124 plus 124 milliwatts at 16 ohms, and we're gonna be testing that later because I also have 16 ohms in my test for my testing. Okay, it looks like I chose the proper standards. All right, let's go ahead and open this up real quick. Oop, my backdrop went away. Okay. I hope I didn't scratch it all too much, but actually, out of all of the DAC amps that I've opened up in recent times, this is probably the only one with a case that you can probably use with an IEM if you really wanted to, and it will still look great. But upon opening it, you can see the Dawn Pro 2 immediately. That is small. Wait, I wanna look at how small it is. Wait, hold up. I wanna check how small that is in comparison to my TP35. Because my TP35 Pro is like really small. Yeah, yeah, it has a tin can package for the DAC, which is quite nice. Oh, Shiva, I really don't play Escape from Tarkov because my my PC cannot, or rather my laptop cannot. Minimalist bags, crumpled sandpaper. Nah, I think this is actually a pretty alright thing, especially if you don't really have a case for your IEMs, you're just starting out, stuff like those. But obviously for anybody who's a bit more advanced or a bit more addicted to audio, I guess, and this entire hobby, you might obviously have your own case already. So this might be redundant or just a complete waste depending on how you look at it. But looking at this from in terms of the profile, this is actually practically the same. Holy crap. Even the placements of the buttons. So I guess this just goes to show, right? The EPZ TP35 Pro, the Tier and Black Pearl, as well as the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 all have very similar configurations, in which case the Dawn Pro 2 has 2 DACs and one of them serves as a DAC amp. So I believe it's also the same, right, as the TP35 Pro, where you get the CS43131. Hold up, let me go ahead and double check that real quick. Is it just me, or do they not say it? That's wild. Is it just me, or do they not say it in the box? Wait, hold up. Yeah, they don't say what DAC amp they actually use for this one. But 43198 rather. My bad. 43198. Right, hold up. Yeah, it's basically the same as the TP35 Pro. I don't know if you can see that properly, but it also says that the DAC, and it also serves as an app, is a dual CS43198 chip. In which case, you can actually very noticeably see, right? Same USB placement right over there. Same button placement. And Jesus Christ, even the same connectors for the 4.4 and 3.5 millimeter. The moral of the story here is pick whichever one that's probably cheaper, and pick whichever one which like, if you find that the Moondrop app actually works with your device, sure, maybe go for the Moondrop, especially if it's also cheaper. But depends on you, honestly. Like, it's practically two sets of the same thing with a different app, and the same everything else. Wait, I wanna see how this compares to my Black Pearl. Cause goddamn, that's wild work. Comparison of CS43131 and CS43198. The biggest comparison of that would probably be in terms of power, right? I think it's gonna be in terms of power, in which case, if we're talking about just solely about power, I believe I don't think I have the means to actually measure that, or maybe even the output impedance, or like what do you call that, the harmonic distortion, because it's gonna be way too low for me to try out with a basic multimeter and such. Hold up. Okay, there you go. Tier Black Pearl, at least the original one, has a CS43131 DAC chip. So I stand corrected. The Black Pearl has a different DAC configuration with this one compared to these two, rather. But between the TP35 Pro and the Dawn Pro 2, they practically have the same thing. Oh man, this is not a good look, huh? Not a good look in terms of Moondrop side. I mean, like, oh, let me copy your homework a bit there, dog. Yeah, no. Jesus. It's practically two sets of the same thing. So I have two of the same thing right now with me. Wild work. Wild work. And my DC04. What? Wait. CS43198 is also in the DC04? That is wild. That's like way more expensive, right? Yeah, I'm getting the tin case. Yeah. I'm getting the tin can. Yeah. Alright, so that's for what's inside of the box. It's going to be the actual Dawn Pro 2 right over there. Then for the accessories side of things, you have a very short, I think this is going to be around 0.25 centimeters or 0.5 something. No, not 0.25. Something around 5 centimeters. I don't know. Short boy. Type C, which is great if you want to use them with something like this one. Holder for DAC amps, and you also have a USB-C to USB 3 connection right over there. Because why do they include that? Not all laptops, not all desktops has USB 3, or not all desktops has USB-C, and it really doesn't make a difference in terms of audio. Like, let nobody tell you otherwise, and let nobody tell you that like going to doing this can actually affect the sound. Anybody who tells that to you is probably, you know. Anyway, okay, so that's it for everything. TP35 Pro, practically the identical thing, but I don't know, maybe you're gonna want that over this. It really doesn't make sense. I don't know. It really doesn't make sense, because the TP35 Pro, it heats up, yes, but it doesn't heat up enough to warrant heat sinks like this one, or like grills. In which case, grills could potentially cause dirt and grime and everything to just go inside of that thing and cause mayhem, essentially. Which is not something that could easily be fixed, seeing as how this has no screw to easily enter it, unlike this one from the TP35 Pro right over there. But yeah, next thing on the agenda, I want to look at the actual app of the Dawn Pro 2, and if it still dies on me. Because this one is I think everybody can And everybody who tried Moondrop stuff can attest to Moondrop app being absolutely terrible. Okay, it doesn't need an IEM to be connected for it to be turned on, which is alright, unlike the Black Pearl. But everybody who probably tried the Moondrop device has experienced a lot of problems. God damn it, has experienced a lot of problems with the Moondrop app, where it either just tries to open your Bluetooth like that, despite you not really connecting any Bluetooth devices or plan to connect any Bluetooth devices, and you also have um the crashing and stuff. Again, goes back. Like, if you're gonna be comparing this to the TP35 Pro, you're buying it for the sake of either the looks, or if you just find that the Moondrop app actually works with you. Which is, if it doesn't, you're kind of out of luck. That's what? Wild Rick. As long as not below USB 3, you'd be hard pressed to find anything that's not below USB 3, especially in 2026. Oh, what's up, Zane? What's up, man? My guy. Let's go. Alright, Moondrop Link is one of the worst. Exactly, dude. Yes. But there are a lot of people who have good great times, rather. I'm stuttering with that thing, because I can't say that for certain, because Moondrop just dies on me. But since we're using a Moondrop DAC amp, we're also going to be using a Moondrop IEM. Moondrop Blessing 3 review gonna go up soon, later this year. And probably more Moondrop stuff. This one's from James though, not from Moondrop, so we'll see. Woo! That is time. Okay. Alright, so what do we do now? Access photos? Why do you need why does Moondrop need to access photos and media on my device? I mean, media for sure, but photos? Nope. What? For what reason? Oh, for the firmware? Okay. Okay. What reason do you need that for though? I really don't know. But yeah, in terms of the app side of things with the Moondrop Dawn Pro compared to the TP35 Pro, the TP35 Pro uses SZ Walkplay, which doesn't really work with Apple, or rather you don't really have any means to play around with it in iOS. In terms of Android, SZ Walkplay can be downloaded easily, and you can access it as well on your laptop, regardless of whether or not it's Mac OS or if it's Windows OS. But in terms of the app right there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I just dumb at counting, or is that 8 bands? 2, 4, 6. It is 8 bands. Reason why I doubted my counting there is because TP35 Pro with the SZ Walkplay can actually access 10 bands. Wait, I need to check this out. Hold up. They can actually access 10 bands with the SZ Walkplay app right there. And hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. What? What? Oh, change title? Okay. Thank you. But what? You can see just from there, it works directly with SZ Walkplay, so you're not really limited. Okay, wait. Now I need to know something. Hold up. Now I need to know. Because the Moondrop app, let's be honest, it's quite a terrible one, even compared to the SZ Walkplay as of recent, which is wild, by the way. Okay, let's see. I just wanna find out, you know? I just wanna find out. Okay, it doesn't use it. Okay. So probably in terms of the firmware, it's doing something different, but the fact that SZ Walkplay can access the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2, I guess it leaves something to be desired, because now you can play around with Moondrop community provided community provided EQ. Wait, okay, now it works again. Jesus Christ. Okay. But in terms of the app, it really doesn't have a lot of things. And if it's anything similar to the TP35 Pro, it's also not going to be supporting mic, inline microphones. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, um, interesting, interesting choices. Okay. So, how is everybody's day? Okay, fine. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't load up yet. How is everybody's day? Yes, sir. I'm back with the streams. Okay, there you go. Finally. Hi. Um, okay, cool. There you go. I have them there. Auto EQ, target. Cool. Wait, you have to log in just to save the thing. Okay. All right. Uh, SE Walk Day is also faster than this one, which is wild to even say, but you still get the like the 8 bands here. You can, it's still parametric EQ at the end of the day, so you can still access the Q values. You can still pick whichever frequency you want to play around with, like right over there. There you go. It's a slider, and this one is essentially for how loud it is, in which case it can go as loud as 12 dB and minus 12 and minus 18 dB. So still a lot of things you can use there. What's gonna matter here a lot more compared to the I guess the app integration is going to be the power output. In which case, I want to try that right now. Because won't it be funny if this is like the same thing? If this has the same power output as the as the TP35 Pro. I mean, the entire dimension is the same. The DAC chip is the same. I mean, sure, the firmware might be different because one is using, or one can use Moondrop firmware while the other cannot. I'm just curious at this point. All right. Now we need to know where is the thing. Okay, let's do this first. I wanna do the 4.4 first. By the way, the 4.4 connector is right over there. So right is this one and left is this one. So I can easily access like and find out the output of it. Reason why I'm doing this instead of using a proper like full on male to male connection to a female connection to a breakout board or something like that, similar to this USB 3.5mm connection there, is because I don't have a male to male 4.4 and 2.5mm connector, nor do I have a female connector for those, so I can't even access it even if I wanted to. God damn it. Hold up, let's play something for 1 kilohertz tone. 1 kHz test on. Electrician. Yeah. Blessing 3 here, dog. Beside not so not good. Yeah. Monolith was nice, man. It was nice. It was nice. Man, mid bass is fun. Mid bass is fun. I ain't gonna lie. All right, 1 kilohertz test on. I'm just put this at maximum right over there, just so we have as much volume to work with. Now, I'm just gonna use this as reference because I really don't know which one is louder or which one is quieter. Interestingly enough, I don't know if it's actually properly working. Because right now it should be, okay, there you go. It should be showing up some voltage on my multimeter. 0.79 volts. 79 volts. I mean, I guess this is from a phone, not from a laptop. But that's in 4.4 balanced. Okay. Now I want to test it out with, I want to compare this with TP35 Pro. Hold up. Because it should be at 2 volts. I don't know if it's like with my phone not being, not like, should be at standard, right? There you go. It should be at 2 volts, like at maximum for 3.5 volts, or rather 3.5 millimeter connector, and it should be at. Never mind, that's in millivolts. Wait, what's going on? You know what? That is weird. Now it's just in millivolts. It should be in 2 volts if it's like balanced connection. And at the very least, that's what I've seen with my when I connect it to my PC. But when it comes to the phone, it's not really getting to 1 volt and such. That is wild work. Okay, wait. 440. Yeah, that is wild work. Wait, that is so weird. The USB-C that's gonna that comes with the Moondrop Dawn Pro only works with the Dawn Pro? What? Because I'm 100% sure this should be at like 2 volts pushing in balance. Wait, yeah, wait. That is weird. The USB-C of the Dawn Pro only works with the Dawn Pro. Okay, that's something I didn't expect. God damn. Okay. It's weird. That what? What? I mean, you saw the values, right? It's like getting capped at below 500 millivolts. That is wild work. It only works with the Dawn Pro? Boy, what? That, of all the things I wanted, of all the things I thought I'm gonna see, that's not something on my list. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, let's hold up. I'm gonna move over to my my phone. Yeah, or rather my my laptop instead, because that is just outright weird. or it's not even weird at this point. I think that shit's just outright wrong. What? What? Your Moondrop. Your Moondrop. Our Moondrop. Okay. Man, the things you see after you ignore what's on the box and actually just try to check everything by yourself. I don't know why. There's a lot of people who are engineers as well, right, on YouTube, and who does audio reviews, but barely any. I don't think I've ever seen one of them actually test out stuff like voltage and such. What browser are you using? I'm just using Chrome, bro. At least Moondrop cable is loyal. Yeah, just racist. I ain't gonna lie. It's honestly racist. I think it's racist. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's a loyal cable. It's a pretty loyal cable, for real. Hold up. Now, let me just switch over. Oh, fuck. Let me just switch over to my laptop so we can carry on. Yeah. All right. Okay. I hope everybody can still see me properly. What's up? What's up? Hold up. Let me mute the stop audio as well. Okay, the stop audio should be good. Is Brave browser good? Yeah, it is. I just don't want to transfer all my stuff over to a different browser right now, at least, because it's a bother. It's honestly a bother. Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. All right. Okay. No, you cannot see that properly. I was just about to ask if, like, okay, can you guys see it properly? No, 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 no. We cannot. Okay. Let me. This one. This one. Okay, you can see that Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 is right over there. And here's our multimeter. It's not... Okay, now there you go. It has a bit less glare this time around. Okay, Hold up, let me open up REW. By cleaning today. Alright, Rapanda. What's up? Thank you for dropping by, bro. Firefox. I mean, either way, I'm still gonna have to transfer all of my accounts to like either one of those two. So I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do that. Okay. 1 second. Where's my screen? Ah, here it is. Alright. So if we have a 1 kilohertz tone playing, this should okay. Okay, good. 1 kilohertz tone with the with the balance output. We are seeing 3.94 volts. So I think this is actually pretty much identical to the TP35 Pro. And it should be, this is correct given that 3.5 millimeter connection here is at around 1 to 2, 1 to 2 volts on a typical level. Wait, hold up. Let me verify whatever it is that I'm saying right now. For the balanced one, it's nearly at 4 volts, which is great. And for the unbalanced connection, we're looking at, where is it? Hold up, let me remove the resistor. Oh wait, no, it's actually more powerful compared to the TP35 Pro. Right now it's at 1.963. Wait, let me list this as well. I am not prepared. I haven't streamed in a long time. I'm so sorry, people. I haven't streamed in a long time, so it's kind of like a kid learning how to walk again or some shit. Okay, so TP35 Pro, based on my measurements a while ago, was at 1.94 in balance connection and 0.97. It is actually more powerful compared to the TP35 Pro, despite having the same internals. Not something I expected. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. All right. So, huh? Not something I expected. Not something I expected. Moondrop Dawn Pro 2. Okay, that's way too short. Kind of like me. It's not what I expected. Okay. Wait. Going back to 4.4. It's not what I expected. Holy crap. Yeah, 4.4, nearly 4 volts. 3.94. This is still going to be considered as 4 volts, by the way. And this 3.5 millimeter, or the single-ended connection, is still going to be considered as 2 volts. Just bear that in mind. Kidalex T71, like you can see it as well on their product page, that it outputs 4 volts or 4 volts VRMS at maximum with the 3.5. This is not, it's not going to be at exact 4 volts. It's usually at around 3.9 or like within the number 0.9 range, which is still pretty much close enough. Okay, so knowing that factor, now we can actually objectify if whether or not this would be, nothing beats the Apple dongle. For value, nah. Unless unless you're getting like the 0.5 volt version. Wait, hold up. Still haven't got. Wait, okay, bro. You have been watching my streams and stuff for a long time now. Retiring with me. Whoa, you're retiring with your Titan. You're not gonna be. Okay. Damn. It's been a long time with you in the scene, dog. I hope it was worth it. Was it worth it? Was the IEM scene worth it? But I hope it was. I hope it was. Okay. Well, let me just plug this into my calculator. 1.964. And then, yeah, pretty much twice, but not exactly twice. 941 volts for the balanced. Okay. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right. So, continuing on with our little predicament here. The Moondrop Dawn Pro has a voltage output at 3.5, or the single-leaded, of 1.964 volts, and 4.4, or the balance output, is at 3.941. So pretty much twice the single-ended connection there, or single-ended output there, but a bit more, but still pretty much twice. And if we're going to be using something like the sensitivity and impedance of the R70X, we can find out here that it's not going to be enough for a headphone with 470 ohms of impedance and a sensitivity of 99 decibels per milliwatt. Now, I want to go ahead and check as well. Oh, wait. Balance output, single edit. Now I want to go ahead and find out like output impedance of this one. In which case, if we're looking at without load, this is at 1.964. And for the balance, this is at 3.941. I'm using a 6 ohm resistor right over there. It's just a 1/4 watt, which is, it should be enough given our use cases. And putting this in between positive and negative should bring our voltage down and give us a give us the we call this values that we can use to determine how much the output impedance is at. So this is at balance, in which case without load it's at 3.941, and with load it's at 1.709. So this has a bit more of a, this has less output impedance compared to the TP35 Pro, despite using the same internals. But still, max current of this one is 188.59 or 188.6, and output impedance is at around 20 ohms. And if we're taking that to face value, it looks like the 4.4 millimeter output should be able to power the R70X properly. But I overcharged again. i5 GR2. Hey, maybe someday. In simple terms, okay. Wait, I'm gonna do that in the conclusions in a bit, alright? Don't worry about it, don't worry. I will make sense of all of this. Let me just, let me cook, alright? Let me cook. I'm so sorry, man. I'm like nerding out right now. I've been testing out multiple different DAC amps since last night, and this is the only time I've tested the Dawn Pro. So, I'm a bit nerd. Nerd. And 6.4, we go. Okay, so single-ended with load, this is at, oh wait, no, not without load. Okay, still consistent. Hold up, let me just put load there. I'm gonna explain this in brief terms in a bit, don't worry. Alright, so at single-ended we have 1.374, in which case, this is better. This is going to be a consistent theme around DAC amps, where the output impedance, or at the very least the computed output impedance of single-ended compared to balanced output, is going to be lower. Why does this matter? First and foremost, output impedance will directly correlate to like what you hear with your headphone, wherein say your headphone has an output, has an impedance rating of 50 ohms. If your DAC amp also has an output impedance of 50 ohms, it will not do anything to the sound. If it's lower, it will also not do anything to the sound. But if it's higher, like for example, if we use something like tube amps for headphones or IEMs, it's going to color the sound in a way that makes it a bit warmer. This is the reason why we have impedance adapters or impedance rods, and it increases the bass response. So output impedance is a value that you should check and you should know if you're buying a DAC amp, because if it has a higher output impedance compared to the impedance of your headphone or your IEM, it's 100% going to color it, in which case I believe the output impedance of something like the Echo Mini from Snow Sky is like 90, 80, something like that. But yeah. Doesn't it make it more treble forward too? No, it does not. Higher impedance ratings, or at the very least higher output impedance ratings, like again with impedance rods, it's it does it in a series way. So so it's additive. It adds to the impedance of your headphone or your IEM, and that usually affects the lower frequencies more than it does the higher frequencies. I've seen some affect the higher frequencies, but I don't think that's a common thing. But love your vids. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I like hearing your accent. Sorry if it sounds. No. no. It's not weird. It's not weird. Wait, you like hearing my accent? Okay, you weird, bro. If you told me that my accent was shit, it ain't weird. But like, nah. I refuse to. I refuse to accept that my voice sound good when it's not scripted. Hell no. All right. Okay. Sorry for the brief intermission there. Now I wanna. Oh, find it oddly likable. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, okay. Okay. So, brief intermission. I'm so sorry for that nerd situation there. But now, I'm gonna finally... I'm going to explain what just happened there. Starting with what you were seeing on the multimeter. Okay. I have here a breakout board for a 3.5mm connector. So this is single-ended, all right? This is single-ended. This is your typical audio jacks. I also have here a 4.4mm balanced cable right over there. This one's from Kafine, and it's a 2-pin connector. So I just directly connected the female wires on those things. So I have left and right, and I have them on the breadboard. In which case, I have the 3.5 right over there, and I have 4.4 right over there. Now, with the 3.5mm, I'm currently, this is the last thing that I measured. If I remove this resistor right over there, that's essentially measuring how much output does the DAC amp actually provide. So let's say, wait. So we were using the Dawn Pro 2, right? If this resistor is not connected to the breadboard and we're connected to the 3.5mm connector right over there. Hold up, let me just plug that in. So right here, right? If something was playing through here, like for example 1 kilohertz tone, like from my RAW, is at maximum. We saw the maximum output voltage of the Dawn Pro 2 being at 1.96964 voltage. And that's without any sort of load. Load in this case means like if you connected an IEM to the Dawn Pro 2, that's a load. If you connected a headphone to a DAC amp, that's also going to be a load. If you connected a speaker, basically if you connect anything onto the outputs of this thing, that's going to be a load. This is not, this is quote unquote unloaded because this is just directly connected to the multimeter in this case, where if we add a resistor right over there, so this is going to signify the impedance of your headphone or IEM. This will be showing like what quote unquote load is. And what that tells us is at a 16 ohm load, if it has a, how do you say this? Wait. I have to simplify this because I know the explanation in my head, but I don't know how to simplify it in a way that's actually entertaining or some shit. Hold up. 7. All right, man. All right. Have you? What a bumble! Oh, hello, Goat. You're back. Are we gonna play? No, not yet. Not yet. Oh, way to explain. I'm so sorry, Goat. I wasn't able to see your messages now because I was trying to. My brain was working overtime to try and explain this. Okay. Let's try to simplify that again. Okay. So this is a breadboard. A lot of things are connected here. In this case, this is the 3.5mm connection. So this is the similar thing to what you get on your audio jack. And when you plug that in, that over there, tip ring sleeve, is going to signify what's over here. So tip ring sleeve. Reason why this is tip ring sleeve because it should have it's ready for a microphone output, but we don't. This particular cable doesn't have a microphone, so it's just tip ring sleeve. Now, when we connect that to the DAC amp right over there, single-ended again, 3.5mm connection, and we play something from the laptop or your phone connected to it via Type-C, played something at max, we get a voltage rating of 1.964 volts. Is that big? Is that small? It's big. It's actually pretty big, where stuff like the TP35 Pro is rated at 1 volt, so 0.94. This, however, is rated at 2 volts. So slightly more headroom when it comes to different IEMs, when it comes to different headphones, but I'll get to that in a second. Now, when we directly monitor the voltage of the DAC amp right over there, we play something and so on. When I remove when I include this resistor there, the voltage goes down. Why is that? The voltage is signifying, or what do you call this? Is not really signifying. The resistor is kind of like your IEM, your headphone, where if you connect your IEM or your headphone to, say, in this particular example, if you connect your IEM or your headphone to the 3.5mm output, it's going to act like that resistor, where it's going to draw power, it's going to draw voltage, it's going to draw it's going to need power from the DAC amp, and the DAC amp has to supply enough of it so it can actually you can actually get the most out of your headphone or your IEM. In which case, once we connect a 16 ohm load onto this 3.5mm connection, we got a slightly lower voltage rating of um, 1 second. We have a slightly okay, never mind. I thought you couldn't see it. We have a slightly lower voltage output of 1.374. So from nearly 2 volts at 1.964, right over there, it goes down to 1.374 if we have the 16 ohm load right over there. So 16 ohm load, or the resistor, signifies again the headphone, the IEM, or whatever you connect to it. And because of that, we can calculate the current it outputs, and the max output that it can provide via single-ended is at 285.8618, at the very least, based on very quick calculations and based on my test bench. No R6 today? No. Elfie? Wait, what's Elfie? Wait, what's Elfie? That's wild. No play. Output impedance at 3.5mm connection, or the single-ended right over there, is going to be lower than the output impedance on balance. So what does the output impedance mean for you and your use cases? If you have a headphone, an IEM, or pretty much anything that you can connect to either of these two ports, output impedance is what will dictate if said headphone or if said IEM is colored. Colored as in, you have the tuning of the IEM right over there, and you have the tuning, you have colored as in, you essentially have two things. You have the tuning of the IEM right over here, and you have the output impedance. So if the output impedance of your DAC amp, in this case this one, doesn't go high enough to match or go above the output impedance of the headphone, it's not going to do anything to the sound. So what you're going to get is the actual tuning of the IEM or headphone. This is what we refer to as transparent. If the output impedance of the DAC amp is much higher than the impedance rating of the headphone or the IEM, this is going to color it. This is why impedance adapters, impedance rods, actually exist, because if you have more impedance onto that thing, it's going to make it bassier, and that's going to color the tuning of the IEM. You're no longer going to get the actual tuning of the IEM. You get like a output, the sound of the actual DAC plus the tuning of the IEM, and that results in a completely different sound. Oh, Historia? Oh, okay, I don't know what that is. I'm so sorry. Now, after all of that definitions and such, what does this essentially tell us? For starters, the Dawn Pro 2, I believe, it's still a worthwhile DAC amp to consider, especially if you go for headphones. Again, I'm using the values here of the Audio-Technica R70X and HD599. I think HD599 has 104 sensitivity and like 30 no, 60 something impedance, right? I think it's around 50 to 70 impedance, 50 to 70 ohms for impedance. But yeah, going back, what the Dawn Pro 2 tells us and what this quick Excel sheets actually tell us is, for stuff even like headphones like the R70X, the Dawn Pro is going to be more than enough if you use the balance output. In which case, in both voltage and the current, it's going to provide way more than enough. And what does that mean in terms of the audio? In terms of the tuning, I cannot dictate if this will change the tuning for you, or if it doesn't change the tuning for you when you compare it to another DAC amp, because that's going to be highly subjective, in which case that quote-unquote subjectiveness is going to be lying within one, the ears of the person. Maybe there's a physical alteration, there's a physical difference from one DAC amp to another, hence why it sounds kind of different. That's number one. Number two is the person just perceives something as different based on the DAC amp that you're using, in which case, you do you. And the third reason is because of SPL rating. SPL rating, or this one right over here, is essentially the volume. Humans perceive higher volume as better quality. So if your DAC amp has more voltage output, it can potentially drive an IEM or a headphone louder. So if it can be driven louder, person listens to that. Oh, this is good. If you compare it to another DAC amp that's maybe half the voltage, and you don't really know how to like balance out the volume of the thing, and you're just dependent rather on the volume meter on your phone, you're gonna perceive the other one with higher volume to be better than the one with lower volume, simply because volume. It can be like a very minor difference here. Like, for example, it sounds equal in terms of volume, but there could be minor differences in terms of the voltage for the two DAC amps, which is probably why a lot of people are still considering some DAC amps to be better than others, despite that not really being the issue anymore. But iPhone limits power of every DAC. Shouldn't it be 5 volts? 5 volts output because it's a USB Type-C? As a matter of fact, yeah, it should be 5 volts output, USB Type-C, and that's like... It's also fast charger compatible, so, okay. But, yeah. Dawn Pro 2, is it still worth it? Yes. Is it more worth it than something like the Tier and Black Pearl compared to the newer versions? I don't know. But if we're going to be comparing it to the older version, the original version of the Tier and Black Pearl, well, I'm just going to show you. Yeah. Oh, regarding the buttons, you if your DAC amp, if your device right over there has dedicated volume up and down buttons, and if you tap on the volume up and down buttons and it doesn't change, or it doesn't show anything like this, could I get your professional Kadas T Pro? Wait, Kadas? The Sense T Pros. Sense T Pros, right? What do you call this? If like going up and down in the volume doesn't go up and down, it doesn't pop up this particular thing, this specific thing right there, the volume meter on your phone. It means it has a volume meter, or it means it's controlling hardware volume. Meaning, there's actually like, this has its own independent volume next to your besides from what you get from your phone. So they're completely independent, where volume could be at maximum on your phone, while this could be at minimum, and it could sound silent, and so on and so forth. But yeah, Kadas T Pro. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that is. My first IEM budget for should I buy the Tension Bunny? Yeah, I think you should. Tension Bunny is actually pretty nice. Tension Bunny is pretty nice. I'm so sorry if I'm like messy in my method of explaining. My brain just becomes way too happy about when electronics are around. Okay, right, just so I could show you guys like values for the original Moondrop, or not the Moondrop, for the original tier and black pearl. Hold up. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, it's not powering on right now. Hold up, let me try to fix this real quick. Hmm. Okay, that's not outputting anything. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, never mind. That's because REW is a pain in the ass. I forgot. There you go. So, is the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 better even compared to the original, right? To the original Tier and Black Pearl? The short answer when it comes to voltage is no. The Dawn Pro 2 is nearly at 4 volts, while the Tier and Black Pearl, I don't know why it's going up and down. It should be pretty stable actually. It's only rated at 2 volts for the balance output. And when it comes to single-ended output, let me just do those things again. Whoa, thank you for being, oh, hello Dubs, what's up man? Yo, what's up bro? What's up dog? What's up? Been a while. Are you gonna stay for long Dubs, or are you gonna go bye-bye immediately like every other time? I'm doing pretty decently. I'm having fun a lot with electronics too. And I just got a new Gundam with my lady. Are you still in college? Yes, I am. Hello, but hello, Shem. Good evening, good evening. I hope we're doing fine and dandy. It's not doing shit. Uh, this is the one thing I hate with the tier and dark pearl. Like, it, there's a very particular set of shit that you gotta do to make it work with REW. Or before you can even test it. What's your favorite subject when you were in high school? Math and physics. Math and physics, yeah. That's why I'm an engineering student right now. Hey, what the frick, man? Still not doing shit. Is it actually connected? Yeah, it is. Should be connected. Okay, there you go. Wait, I think it's just a matter of cables not being proper. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I'm actually stupid. Let's leave. Wait, no, I'm not stupid. Wait, one of the very rare times I'm not stupid. Wait, it should be correct. Ah, damn. There you go. Okay, it's just an issue with freaking cables. Ah, this is what. Okay. Huh. This should be at 1 volt for some reason, but it's not going there. Okay. 1 second. Fucking hell. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Goddamn ports, man. I think it's just getting a loose wire somewhere. That's why it's doing that. But yeah, in comparison to the... Oh, what's up, Kage? What's up, man? What's up? Deped greeting system for high school. Since... I have no idea. In high school, I usually played League of Legends and I somehow pass. I'm sorry. That's the only... I have no tips, but what do you personally do to keep the volume constant and adjust with DAC? Oh, when I'm testing DAC amps compared to one another, it goes down again, fuck. When I'm comparing one DAC amp to another, I plug my multimeter in and I volume match, or I match the voltage, like what you're seeing right now there. I match the voltage of one DAC amp with another one in one way or another, and then I test it from there. So I usually have 2 laptops. I take my sister's laptop, get it here, make sure both of them are at equal voltage before I go back and forth between the DAC amps. But yeah, all right. When it comes to the tier and Black Pearl versus Moondrop Dawn Pro 2, if we're comparing solely if we're comparing solely like voltage versus voltage output versus voltage output, the Dawn Pro 2 is going to be significantly more powerful. This is literally twice as powerful as the Tyrian Black Pearl. So in that regard, it's 100% better. However, when it comes to pricing is obviously going to be a big part. Obviously, the Tyrian Black Pearl is also going to be hellishly cheaper. Like, I think it is also 50% cheaper. So, do you want something a bit more powerful? Do you want something a bit less powerful? Completely up to you. In which case, when it comes to IEMs, you don't really need the most powerful DAC amp, unless maybe you have, for example, you do reviews, you try out multiple IEMs at a time, and you need to make sure that whatever IEM or headphone you get, you can actually properly power it. In that case, having a more powerful DAC amp is going to be a necessity, or maybe if you're in the kilobuck range of stuff, having a more powerful DAC amp is going to be a necessity, and it's gonna be worthwhile. But unless you go, unless you're still within like $100, $300, $200, $500 and below IEMs, I doubt that you're going to find an IEM. Headphone, maybe, sure. But in terms of an IEM, I doubt that you're gonna be finding an IEM that requires anything more than a Dawn Pro 2. Or hell, I doubt that you're even gonna find an IEM that requires something even more than the Tyrian Black Pearl or the TP35 Pro. It's really just gonna be up to your budget, if whether or not the Dawn Pro 2 is worth it for you. And it's all in terms of the app, Moondrop app, as you walk play, you can pick and choose whichever one you can use. You saw it a while ago. It works. All right, so thank you again to Moondrop for sending out your Moondrop Dawn Pro 2. I'll be making a review of this sometime soon. I'll be talking about the sound of them and so on and so forth, because I'm gonna be honest with you, comparing one DAC amp to another in terms of sound is like just a matter of volume matching in terms of voltage and just playing it around from there. In which case, there usually isn't any difference. So, completely up to you. If you hear something different, just make sure that you match the voltage and you match the SPL when you're comparing. But until such time that I hear it for myself, maybe with James's Valkyrie, until such time I can test that, we'll see. Alright, review video going to go out for the Dawn Pro 2 someday. And thank you for dropping by. Alright, now we continue with shit. i5 Valkyrie, yeah. GR2 is just a more powerful Griffon. Ah. Oh, wait, that's what you were comparing a while ago, right? But Shem, I'm so sorry, bro. I really have no tips on how to do better shit, how to become better in terms of high school, because the only time I think I properly studied was in grade 9, because grade 9 is like your grades on grade 9 is what people will look at, is what senior high school will look at. And yeah, I worked hard for that so I can get into Mapua pretty easily. But besides that, I really didn't study much. I just sort of passed. I just sort of passed. Oh my god. Wait, James has the GK content. Yeah. James has a GK content, everybody. And he says it's good. So it's coming from James with a lot of money, by the way, with a lot of IEMs that is way more expensive compared to my IEMs. Coming from James, you know it's good. You know it's good, dog. You know it's good. What electronic experiments is this? We're essentially objectifying dongle DAC amps, in which case, Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 is pretty good. Wait, hold up. In which case, Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 is pretty good, and I think it's still worth it, especially if you need something with a bit more voltage and such. Because this is the output voltage of the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2, obviously without load, but and given that the Dawn Pro 2 is the same price with the TP35 Pro and practically the same internals, while having double the output voltage, I think it's still worth it. Yeah, I think it's still pretty much worth it. Yeah. I have the Blessing 3 with me. What you doing is changing, dog. Right, okay. Alright. Now I wanna measure out the tier and black pearl as well. This is the OG. Oh man, I want... Wait, you know what? We can probably try the tier N wave right now, right? We can probably try the tier N wave. Hold up. Let me go check if Goat sent me a message. You guys wanna... I really didn't give enough time with the tier N wave, right? And I wasn't doing this yet before. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, tier N Black Pearl, this has 3.5 and 4.4 output, so let's just leave that there. 3.5 millimeter connection is at 1.107 volts, so a bit weaker compared, definitely weaker compared to the Dawn Pro, a bit more powerful compared to the EPZ TP35 Pro, but that's highly dependent on which version you get. In which case, I don't think you can get the OG anymore, right? I don't think, right? Can you? I have no idea. Okay, so for the balance output, yeah, 2.25, 2.2 something volts, and over there, 2.225 voltage. This is of course without any load, but yeah. For the rule of thumb here is balance is usually twice the amount of 3.5. It's not going to be exactly twice the amount at all times, but it's still going to be pretty close. And 2.225, hold up. Let me just get that there. Without load, single-ended, and without load, balanced. And 1.107. Oh no. Okay, now I want to try this out with load. So this 16 ohms. This is why I want to build like a dummy load testing, like a proper testing bench for stuff like DAC amps, because I don't think anybody in YouTube actually does this. In ASR, this is like pretty common stuff. This is like just the bare minimum stuff. But in YouTube, I don't think anybody does this. In which case, I want to be the first one to do it. I want to be the first. Okay. So with load at balance, this went down to 1.535 volts. And output impedance is at 7. That's actually a pretty good amount. Oh, not bad. That's actually a pretty good amount. Pretty cool stuff. Output impedance is quite low on the Black Pearl. And oh, fuck, wait. There you go. That's single-ended. 1.108, 1.107. It's all right. And with load, this is it goes down to 0.897 volts. So let's just round this up to 0.9. Okay. Yeah, output impedance of the tier and Black Pearl is actually quite good. I mean, this is not going to be enough for something like a Symphonium Crimson because output impedance of the Black Pearl is like higher compared to the Crimson, but yeah, cool. Cool stuff. Portable. His portables. Wait, can I answer this question? James's portable setup is there you go. I was just about to say it. Sigma Pro, which is which is actually as big as my multimeter. And then I got them IEM. Wild work. Yeah, I still got my tier N wave. I still haven't finished the video for that, and it ain't. Yeah, we can measure it though. We can measure it definitely. Mm. What version is Shenzhen? Zoro. Shenzhen Audio. Uh, it's better to ask customer service. In Linsol, I'm pretty sure it's still the original one. If they haven't updated it yet to like the black one with the EQ or the silver one without the EQ. It's just free workout. Dayo. Ultra portable is a kilobuck IEM plus an Apple dongle. Which may sound funny and which may sound like, wait, that's wrong. And shouldn't it work? No, it will work because everything revolves around the impedance and sensitivity of the IEM, plus of course the output of the connections. People will never people over in Reddit, or not really in Reddit. I think it's a mixed bag of Facebook, Reddit, and Instagram and Twitter. Arguably enough, will never understand that impedance and sensitivity is there for a reason, huh? Wild work. Wild work. Really wild work. And got made fun of. They said my cable looked like a chain. Hey, at least you got them chains, right? You got them chains. Okay. So for anybody who wants to take a quick look at that, I still haven't updated the max current because I was too lazy, in which case I can probably just do that right now. Hey. I'll put the impedance. Hold up. Let's add to that one now. No. Stay always back to me. Come back to me. Ooh. Sorry, I was listening to Bruno Mars just now. Wait, did I explain the thing about currents and shit? No, right? I don't think I made that explanation. Okay, wait. Let me just Wait, I don't know if Goat is there. Wait, is Goat there? Goat, you there? Goat? Goat? Oh shit. Goat? Can you type like what timestamp is it right now in YouTube? Wait, it's at 1 hour and 16 minutes. Wait, 1 hour and 16 minutes. 1 hour 16 minutes. Okay, because I have to. I forgot. I should have added this to the what do you call this? I should have added this to the things I should explain in the Dawn Pro thing. Okay. Right. Um. Now that's on the side of voltage and the output impedances and such. Now, if we have wait fuck 1.964, 3.94. You know what? Oh shit. Man, I forgot about that thing. Okay. 1.6. You know what? I'm gonna just measure it again. God damn it. Ah, fuck. I know REW. I just disconnected something. Yes, I am aware. Back to me. Oh, it also does the same thing. Cool. If this doesn't tell you like if the TP35 Pro and the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 is the same thing, you see that the oh wait, no, you don't. Matches with super reviews, but somehow wait what? But someone like your feel like both of your recommendations are pretty different. I think it's gonna be down to like what we tried out and stuff, and in the order of what we try out. Depends though. But yeah, going back, if like the actual size of the TP35 Pro and the Dawn Pro 2 isn't a dead giveaway, that this has practically the same internals, and the TP35 Pro is probably getting limited by like I don't know. I don't know why this doesn't have the same output voltage and such, but going max volume on Dawn Pro 2 changes that LED from red to blue. You can see that there, right? Now, I want to show you something with the TP35 Pro. Is if that isn't a dead giveaway yet, this is the TP35 Pro, and if we go up in terms of like the volume of this thing, and it's not showing. God damn it, it's not showing yet. You know what? God damn it. Ah, get out of there. All right. TP35 Pro, that's the LED. It has the same red LED, and I've been lowering the volume. God damn it. That's why it wasn't lighting up. But if we max out the volume, same LED color. You see that, right? Wild wreck. Man. If that isn't a dead giveaway, that the Dawn Pro 2 and the TP35 Pro practically has the same internals, I don't know what will. All right. Now, yeah. I mean, it is an off the shelf. It is an off the shelf module, like with what they use inside of that thing, and Firmware is obviously going to be different from one brand to another, what type of deal they can do and such, and so on and so forth, yada yada yada. But eh, I don't know. I don't know why it's that way. Anyway, okay, so now with load 1.387 volts with load on the single ended. And if it's without load, it's at 1.963. Is it still the same? 1.964? Yeah, still practically the same. Without load, 1.963. Okay. On regards of the I can't wait to have like to build the testing rig for this one, so it's just so much simpler. God, get on there. I could probably build one with Arduino as well. We'll see. Still have an extra Uno. Oh god damn it. Still have an extra Uno, so it should be alright. Yeah, 1.692 with load 6. Eh? 10% battery. God damn. Okay. Hold up. Da-da-da. Shenzhen has the one with the butterfly thing with the OG. Oh no, the thing that's gonna be different between the OG and like the newer versions is going to be like what you can see inside of that thing, like through the tempered glass. The tempered glass of the OG has way more like components on the actual board versus the newer versions. So that's the only way to go about it. I think branding has been updated as well lately, but at the very least with the one I'm familiar with, it it's with the internals or like what you see through the window. Okay, 1.692. Oh, 692. With load on single ended. Wait, I think we updated this as well already, right? All right. Okay. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Wait, 1 second. Okay, there you go. It should be all right now. Oh, what's up, Rob? um, Zoro, the OG one. This is the original, the first version. It has way more components compared to the newer versions. In which case, the newer versions have a different branding already with this one, but um, there are still some products circulating without the EQ that's color black and has less components and doesn't have EQ. Those ones I believe don't have the firmware, the capabilities to be fixed via firmware. So you gotta ask that. You gotta ask that on the seller. All right. So with the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2, another thing that people should know is regarding the current, the how much current can it actually provide. So using a load of 16 ohms, again, this is similar to like the impedance of the headphone and so on. Using a load of 16 ohms, when it comes to single-ended, this is at a max current of 295.4296, and it has the voltage output of 1.387. With the balance output, with load, it has a voltage output of 1.692 and an output impedance of, or rather, a max current of 441.452. So in terms of the current, what does this do for your listening? Number one, if it's not sufficient or if it will clip, right? If it's not safe or adequate and so on, it means that it's not really going to wait, what? Why is it not? Okay, god damn it. It's not. Ah! Okay. Hmm? God damn it. Why is it doing that, man? Uh, okay. Let's just leave it at that. Alright. Wait. It should be at 4. 3 point something, right? 3.94. There you go. It did I even measure the one with load? I think I did, yeah. 3.94. Fuck. Oh, okay. There you go. No wonder why. Wait, I was wondering why the max current. Okay, let's redo that thing. Alright, so with the Dawn Pro 2, another concern here would be the current. So we can see here that the max current for the Dawn Pro 2 with the balance output with a 16 ohm load is at 195.34 milliamps. For the max current that it can output in terms of the single-ended with the 16 ohm load again is at 295.43 milliamps. What this does in terms of your listening will like impressions and so on will be very much unless it's like fuck wait. What this will do in terms of your listening impressions, as long as it's like safe, like in terms of a target SPL volume of 110, as long as it's safe or if it's enough and adequate, it's not gonna do anything in terms of the sound that you hear. So assuming that the voltage, the SPL has good enough headroom and or has good headroom and it's not insufficient like this one, and it current is adequate or just right enough, whatever, it's not gonna do anything to your listening impression. However, if let's say it's insufficient in terms of the volume, okay, if the headphone or IEM is already insufficient in terms of the voltage, like looking at the SPL, it's going to sound way more silent. This is where the term it needs more power to open it up. For example, it needs more voltage, it needs more juice to open up your IEM or headphone, which is very rare in IEMs. Although it can still happen in stuff like Symphonium stuff. Symphonium Crimson, for example, is what I've been trying to compute for the past couple of days. It can be either enough or insufficient. For the Dawn Pro 2, stuff like the Symphonium Crimson isn't going to be enough just from voltage alone. So just from there, it's already gonna sound weird. It's already not gonna sound like it's proper, because even if it can provide the rate that it needs, like even if it can provide enough power at the rate it wants to, it still doesn't have enough power supply to actually provide that. So think about it like this. You can place 5 cars simultaneously on the highway, so you have enough like bandwidth, you have enough leeway to allow said 5 cars to go there. So in that regard, that's like the current, and that's like having enough current for 5 cars. So it's gonna be adequate. However, voltage is going to represent the cars where, despite you being able to let 5 cars go through in the highway all at once, you only really have 2 cars, 3 cars, something like that. So it's inadequate in terms of how many can you put out, despite the actual pathway allowing you to transport more. So in terms of the like current and voltage relationship here, if it's already insufficient with the voltage but the current is enough, it means that it's not going to provide your headphone or IEM with enough power or anything like that. If it's sufficient right over here, good headroom and so on, and let's say this is like inadequate or lacking or just exact, it means that although you're still going to be able to hear stuff from your headphone and stuff, or your IEM, you going up in volume doesn't really give you the, what do you call this? It doesn't really provide the maximum thing that you can potentially get. Like, fuck. This is why I script videos. If the current is inadequate or insufficient, at a certain volume, it will no longer get louder. So if you need a louder volume, you might find it to be lacking. This is going to be the clipping factor. So this is where it might introduce some artifacts. It might introduce some differences in terms of the sound. But the most common thing here is it's going to be way more silent compared to like a more appropriate DAC amp with way more voltage and way more power to actually provide to actually get over the hump of the load, to get over the hump of the resistance being, or to get over the hump of the resistance taking a lot of things all at once. So to speak, just to simplify this a lot, the Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 is essentially a good dongle DAC amp still. It's a bit more expensive compared to its predecessors. It's compared to its competition like the Tier and Black Pearl or the TP35 Pro. But in terms of the voltage, you're probably gonna be going into headphone land before you even max out the capabilities of the Dawn Pro. In which case, even if you stay in IEMs, you're gonna have to spend like $1,000 and above just so you could like you find the limits of the Dawn Pro. So in that case, it's already going to be more than good enough for 90% of people and 90% of IEMs out there. And in terms of the current, the output current that this provides, it's going to be, again, way more than enough for majority of IEMs, for majority of headphones out there. Maybe in headphones, it's going to be cutting it close in some occasions unless you go to a balanced output, in which case your mileage may vary right over there. But in terms of the current plus IEMs and like majority of IEMs, especially ones under $1,000, this is also going to be way more than enough. Meaning you can go def with this one, no problem, and you're not gonna need to upgrade anytime soon if you get one of these. In terms of the output impedance or like its tendency to color your IEMs, color the sound of your IEMs, artificially make it sound more bassy, artificially alter the frequency response of it. It's not going to do it for majority of IEMs. Like you can see that their output impedance right for the Dawn Pro 2 is quite low, all things considered. In terms of the balance output, this is always going to be higher compared to the single-ended output. So this is where the argument could be made that single-ended is actually better than balanced in some occasions. But in most occasions, it's not really going to matter when it comes to IEMs because most IEMs are probably going to go higher than 50 ohms. It's only when it goes down to like 30, 20, or 25 or like even lower, that's where it could potentially cause some problems. Because let's say your IEM had an impedance rating of 20 ohms and a sensitivity of 99, in which case it's still going to have good headroom and so on and so forth. But the moment we try to put this down like way lower, that's where it could clip. And like since you go down to the computed output impedance of the DAC amp, it could already change the volume. But if we go down lower, for example, this is the one for Symphonium Crimson, well, you can see that there, and this will essentially be way more silent compared to more appropriate DAC amps. But again, your mileage may vary, where 90% of people with 90% of the IEMs would be more than a-okay with the Dawn Pro 2. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm so sorry. I had to go back to that part really quickly there. God damn it. I apologize. Yeah. So as to not waste time, I want to go ahead and measure like add stuff to this graph as well. Output impedance. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to speak from time to time. 16 ohms. Dawn Pro 2 6.64. Put that there. Will this be a video too? Oh yeah, of course. You're gonna see way more polished version of my explanation with the TP35 Pro very soon. 21.26. A more polished version of this explanation on the TP35 Pro. I'm gonna try to upload that by July 31st. I have a calendar behind me, so I always see it during mornings. And max current. I'm probably gonna include DAC amps in my tier list as well, because I also don't think that there's a DAC amp tier list out there that actually does something similar to this. So this should be pretty helpful for a couple of folks who know exactly what they're looking at and what they're looking for. SE into 95.43 and 185.34. Yeah, cool. This is max current in MA at 16 ohms. I'm so sorry, everyone. God damn it. I don't know how to speak anymore. I should probably stream more often again. Review when? I already know how that sounds like, and brother, even you don't like that shit. It just, I might actually, I might be in a bad rep with flip ears if I do that, but I really don't care. So we'll see. Can I borrow it? Oh, I cannot do daily stream for August, unfortunately. Maybe September. Maybe September. But for August, it cannot be. Cause I'll be in China for 9 days, and yeah, I'm gonna be uploading videos though while I'm in China. China. Actual W in the frequency response. It's a weird frequency response, bro. And the funny thing about that is, it actually, the effort graph actually demonstrates a lot of what you might expect from it when you try to listen to it. So it's wild. Okay, without mode for balanced. Hmm. With load. 1.94. This is TP35 Pro. Balanced. Without load. This is single ended. So, Hmm. Oh, lucky number 7. Yeah. TP35 Pro also has better output current and lower output impedance, matter of fact. That's pretty interesting. Lower output impedance compared. Whoa, despite them using the same internals, you're still. What do you call this? They're still. Very much different. Cool. Single ended. Yeah, that's nearly half. Then again, it's also half in terms of voltage. So impedance and voltage also has like a relationship with this. So that makes sense. That makes sense. You're getting lower voltage and lower output impedance at you're getting lower output impedance as the cause of lower voltage. But when you go to the when you go to balanced, it's actually like TB Dawn Pro 2 has a very high output impedance right there. Vlogs? Yeah, most likely. Yeah, most likely. I'm gonna be probably doing vlogs. Like similar to what Headphone Show does. Oh, you're going already. See you later, Zaro. Thank you for dropping by, brother. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 247. 0.83. I keep forgetting to add shit to this. 56. Hey, you know what? Let me just do that. Ah, god damn it. Ah. I forgot the goddamn max current that the Dawn Pro 2 provides. Hey, yeah. Thank you for dropping by, man. Thank you for dropping by. Hold up. I just want to update this first before I end stream and such, because SSD to get fixed, there's no estimated date. It can take like 1 week, it can take 4 days, or it can take an entire month. So, eh, it sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks. Oh, wait, no, wait, I added it. Wait, fuck, never mind. I added it. It's right here. Pa, 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 pa. Can you not check? I didn't realize I added two pieces. I added two we call that sections for the same thing. Okay. Yeah, SSDs can be fixed if you have a donor board, then you can change the like the part that's causing problems. Can be fixed. Can be fixed. Oh wait, I can measure Cadelix 5K as well if I had the 2.5mm version of that one, but I don't, so I ain't gonna do it yet. Give me that shit. Okay, that should help with the glare. Just wondering when noticeable improvement to your endorphin when it comes to calm games like Val? Yes. Yeah, at least in my experience, yes. Yes. Yes, a lot. A lot. Definitely. A lot. A whole lot of them. In my opinion, the tier and dolphin GK content is good for everything. It's like a very easy to recommend starter set to anybody who hasn't tried out anything yet, right? It's going to do a lot of things really well for a lot of folks, and it's gonna sound safe for a lot of folks. Therefore, it's going to be like a very easy recommendation across the board. The thing about that is, wait, what? Okay, this is with load. The thing about the GK content is it's a good starter set, but it's not gonna be like the end game for anybody. Hence why you don't really see a whole lot of I guess you don't really see a lot of people with better, quote unquote, better IEMs than the GK content to actually use their GK content after reviews. It's oh god. But yeah, simple answer. Yeah, just go buy the Dolphin, bro. It's definitely gonna be a whole lot better compared to the GK content in FPS games, especially in Valorant. GK content is so comparable to Aurora. That's wild. Oh my god. Imagine if the folks over at Flip Ears just randomly see that shit, huh? Fuck Ears. Oh man. Bro is exercising his freedom of speech over a stream chat, over on the street on the stream chat. All to talk about Flip Ears. Damn. Imagine though. Imagine if they just, oh, we're here. What's up, bro? Okay, so you can see that there, 8 volts, 8 VRMS, the Kinetic T71 on the balance output. Then if we connect a load onto that thing, that's a gigantic output, and that's a gigantic drop, like 16 ohms, goes to 1.79. That's wild work. Eh, this is 7 point, oh fuck, 7.95, and this one is, wait, let me remove that resistor first. Okay. That's nearly at 4 volts, so 3.920. Okay, and when we add 16 ohms to that, that's a widespread still. Holy crap, 1.787. There you go. Output impedance on balance with the Kinetic T71 is at 55. That's a lot. Can you send me your SOHs? Nah, my a friend of mine already has it reserved. But nah, humble, bruh, James, admit to them, dog. You got baited by the Flip Ears Aurora. Cause it was blue. He bought it cause it was blue. He bought it cause it was blue. Oh my god. That's literally it. He bought it cause it was blue. 144.38. It's probably gonna be the same, so just it's practically same shit. Single-ended is 19.1 and 55.06. 06. Oh no. Aesthetics. The aesthetics, yes, he is a billionaire. Yeah, that's true. James is a billionaire. I can confirm. I've seen his bank statement. His bank is literally suffering from success, bro. BDO is suffering from success for real. Because James is on board with all of the Filipino banks. Oh fuck! I keep removing it unsafely. Because James is on board with all of the Filipino banks. All Filipino banks just has essentially one thing to say about this man, and it's that they're making them too rich. I'm not even joking, for real. I interviewed one of the banks, and they thought James was the son of a very 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 powerful somebody. You feel me? But join the Discord server for free. Wait, as a matter of fact, wait. Why is the bot not okay? Never mind. It is. I thought the bot is not um advertising shit. Yeah, yeah. Join the Discord server. Are we at? Oh no, it's single ended. With load single ended 0.9 of. Wait, what? With load single ended? Damn. Okay. Has a very low output impedance. 0.1 to 1. Okay, without load in 4.4 is at. Oh yeah, wait, never mind, I forgot. Another thing I wanted to say about the Ethereum Black Pearl is this thing has a very low, like an extremely absurdly low output impedance. It's actually wild. Alright, you're gonna see it in a bit. 1.528 with load 2.8. There you go. 7 output impedance. It's nearly the same as the TP35 Pro. Yeah, nearly the same. Cool. Max current 291.87 to 96.5. Output impedance at single-ended is 3.84. Oh, yeah. Whoa, no, wait. It's actually lower than the TP35 Pro. 7.6. Man. Okay, in balance is where it's like different. Alright. And if TRN just stuck with their original one, it would like there would be no reason for me to get the TP35 Pro or the Dawn Pro 2. Like I would purely make a video out of them because I could and I can request for them. But besides that, there's no reason for me to recommend anything else other than the Black Pearl if they stuck with the original one. And this is for I'm talking about this in a Moondrop in a stream unboxing and covering something that Moondrop sent to me. I have no fear. That's wild. If only, bro. If only they stuck with it. What are you doing? Testing different DAC amps, like objectively. Objectively testing different DAC amps. Different DAC amps will have different outputs, in which case some DAC amps have a 3.5mm output, some has a 4.4mm output, and some has a 2.5 millimeter output. Most common combination is obviously 3.5 plus 4.4, as you can see from there, where this is the output voltage, or this is how much power, this is how much voltage it can output. In which case, how much power it can do with. I can actually compute power based off of this because that's just gonna be watts. So voltage squared over resistance. I think that's the formula for power, right? Voltage squared over resistance. Why does Charles sound low pitch? I have no idea. I said Reddit reviewers. The thing about Reddit reviewers is you're gonna have very polarizing like review styles. Some of them will be believing Burn-in does something. Dawn Pro 2 is worse than TP35 Pro because it is. Yes. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really know. I really know. Power formula. Pi times V. Oh no, it's not V squared over R. Wait, what was that? V squared over R. Oh no, that's wait, I forgot what the or is it I squared over R? I think it was Joule's law, right? Wait. Oh, I squared times R. Okay. If we only know the current and resistance, I squared multiplied by R. Okay, so we can get the power output from this simple table we did as well. Bro, how am I... No, not yet, not yet. Wait, Tension Bunny has a gaming version? That's wild. I don't think they need a gaming version of the Tension Bunny given the fact that Tension Bunny is already pretty good with gaming, as is. So power I squared times R. So known max current times 16 ohms, right? Squared times 16. So that's what we're using, and I think that's divided by 1000 because milliwatts, 674 milliwatts. That doesn't sound proper. I squared times R. This already comes pre-oxidized. That's wild. And I have to figure this out later, I think. Because this is at max current at 16 ohms. We have the known resistance, which is at 16. And it shouldn't be this powerful, right? Wait, we can verify this. Kidelix T71 output. Kidelix T71 output power in MW. 168, 42 milliwatts on a 300 ohm load. But this is 16 ohms. 168 to... Well, we're using different... Well, this would be different because we're using different resistance values. But I give you purple one. It's kind of fire. I like it. Hey, I'm glad you like it, brother. I'm glad you like it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad you like it, dog. It's good. Always good to hear. Oh, fuck. Okay, this looks wrong. This just outright looks wrong. Alright. You know what? AI, help me! If the measured max current of the T71 at 16 ohms and 4 VRMS is at 205.26 milliamps, so 5.26 mA. What is the output power output in milliamps? Milliwatts. 4 times 2. Represent the current in amperes. Wait, not 4 VRMS, 4 volts. Let's just put it at 4 volts. V times I. Power is V times I equation. Oh. Should be the same because, well, the other one is a book, the other one is AI. I don't know which one should I fucking follow. I think voltage is actually going to be much better. Because we already have voltage and current here. Resistance is already considered here, and we're considering the voltage. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's gonna be the play. Ta 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 ta, and it's already in milliwatts, so that looks way more correct. Oh my god, wait. Yeah, that looks way more correct. Okay. Dawn Pro 2 is actually pretty powerful. Yeah. Dawn Pro 2 is a good is definitely a good DAC amp. Wait, somebody said that the Dawn Pro 2 is no longer worth it. I think the Dawn Pro 2 is at $50, right? So it's roughly at around 3,000 pesos. TB35 Pro is also 3,000 pesos. Wait, why are people recommending the TB35 Pro more than the Dawn Pro? Wait, if it has way more power, maybe better voltage, more output voltage, output impedance except for the balance output is really not horrendous. Why is EBC TB35 Pro being recommended more than the Dawn Pro 2? EBC TB35 Pro. You know what? What? Better than T71? No. Uh, Moondrop Dawn Pro 2. What? Doesn't Dawn Pro 2 also have UAC 1 and UAC 2? And it has more voltage and it has more power. Dawn Pro 2 has more output voltage, and because of that, it also has more power. Like, it can output more power. Max current is, except for the, wait, that's actually weird. Am I wrong with this one? I mean, output impedance of the 4.4, I guess. That's the one. Higher balance output power. I mean, Still not. Because it's nearly at 4 volts. Why is it getting recommended more than the TP35 Pro then? Isn't Black Pearl? No. Dawn Pro 2 is more powerful than Black Pearl. I always knew that. I also always knew that the TP35 Pro has the same internals as the Dawn Pro 2. But somehow, like upon measuring voltage here, it's weaker. Isn't it the Dawn Pro 2? No, it's a TP35. This is TP35 Pro with the gradient looking thing. Like, you can see that there, right? No. What? Wait, you know what? Wait. Then, wait. TP35 Pro. Because I don't know if you guys also see it a lot, but EPC TP35 Pro is the thing that's constantly getting recommended, and not the Dawn Pro 2. And a lot of people have been saying that the Dawn Pro 2, clarity. Clarity? Clarity? Maybe features? They have the same features. They have the same features. As a matter of fact, Dawn Pro 2 can use the Moondrop app and SZ Walkplay, while the TP35 Pro can only use SZ Walkplay. That's the first thing I checked just now, because upon realizing it, I mean, it's practically the same thing. I mean, look at that. Button layout, right? Button layout, practically the same. Size is practically the same. The USB-C is in the same area. Even the goddamn colors of the 3.5 and 4.4 millimeter connectors are the same. And at the same time, guess what? The LED of both of them are also in the same location. Wait, let me show you real quick. LED of both of them are also in the same location. That's there, right? That's the EPZ. And you get what I mean? You get what I mean? Yeah? Wait, so if they're both $50 and I'm so confused right now. Well, shame to see you, man. No, but Rob, I think you also drop by a lot of YouTube videos, right? I think it's a general census. It's a general consensus that TP35 Pro is more recommended compared to the Dawn Pro 2 across multiple people, right? Black Pearl over Dawn Pro 2. No. Dawn Pro 2 is definitely better than Black Pearl in terms of output power, in terms of output voltage, in terms of output, in terms of power as well. I mean, you can see that there. In terms of output, in terms of voltage, in terms of output, in terms of power. Output impedance of the Dawn Pro 2 on the balance adapter is horrendous. 100%. It's horrendous. It drops really quickly, but it has more output voltage as well. Max current, again, max current between 3.5 and 4.4 are, well, between 3. The single-ended connection is similar, but max current in 4.4 is definitely horrendous on the Dawn Pro 2 as well. But like, looking at power and voltage specific, right? EBC gets recommended like it's the best thing ever. What? Black Pearl is more powerful than the Black Pearl. A lot of animals, so I'm very comfortable. Okay, that's good to hear. Cadenza is small too, right? Love that thing. I love that thing. Wait, uh, Dubs, what's $72? Dawn Pro 2? Oh, hey Matt. Info online is wrong? I don't know, wait. Cause Dawn Pro 2, again, like based on this multimeter, Dawn Pro 2 is at 2 volts and 4 volts. Huh. Yeah. Wait, one sec. Moondrop, Dawn Pro 2, output VRMS. What is voltage output of DP2 on single-ended and balanced? Uh, 4.4, yeah, this is correct. What is the voltage output of tier N black pearl on single-ended and balanced? Yeah, that represents what we got just now in like when I was testing it and shit. 2 VRMS and 4? Maybe I'm in low gain? Wait, hold up. Maybe I'm in low gain. Wait. Maybe I'm in low gain. Tier Ah, fuck. Should be SZ Walkley. Maybe I'm in 1 second, boys. Ah, damn it. Okay, wait. Let me just hop onto my phone real quick. No, I've been testing this as well, like for a couple of days now. And I sent the same thing on like Messenger. Maybe I'm in low gain. Yeah, that's probably it. Maybe I'm in low gain. Yo, what's up, Azan? I'm about to finish up though. I'm about to finish up. I'm just double checking up a couple of things because TP35 Pro is constantly being recommended, and I don't know why, but it is. So I have to verify a couple of things. No, I'm in high gain. I'm in high gain. I'm in high gain. What? I am so confused. Wait, I have to. At this point, I want to check TP35 Pro as well. I am so confused. I'm in high gain, so it shouldn't be. So it should be all right. Okay, okay. This one is in low gain. EBC DP35 Pro is in low gain. Okay, okay, okay. EBC DP35 Pro is in low gain. But tier N Black Pearl is in high gain already. So it should not have any sort of problems. What the fuck? Wait, let me remove load. What the fuck? Oh yeah, it's been almost a year. Yeah. I trust ask Gemini if nah, it will answer yes. Yeah, I do not trust. I mean, we have a multimeter right now here with us. We can verify all of this shit. Wait, what? It's not outputting on output there. Tier and Black Pearl is just 2 volts. No EQ, high gain, confirmed definitely. Yeah. What? Maybe on newer? Maybe on the newer tier and Black Pearl? Maybe? Huh. James. Yeah, I can confirm it right now. This is correct. TP35 Pro might not be correct though. That's something I have to double check. But I can confirm right now. It is 110% correct. Moondrop Dawn Pro 2 is way more powerful compared to the TRN Black Pearl. Interesting. I can confirm it right now. Damn. What? So why is it saying that it's more powerful though? Okay, now I believe now we can. Oh, this fucking hell! I connected the Dawn Pro 2 instead of the TP35. Hold up. Because if it has the same internals, if it has the same LED, if it has the same everything, it should really TP35 Pro and Dawn Pro 2 should really have the same output values, right? Testing session, Matthew. I'm gonna be making my own resistor dummy load, so I can do this faster next time. Okay, there you go. Oh my god, I was wondering why the fuck does the TP35 Pro have less voltage and less everything basically compared to the Dawn Pro 2 if it's the same thing. Okay. User error. My bad, people. That's a goddamn user error. Okay, so 4.4 is at 3.94, 3.946, and with load 16 ohms. Again, 16 ohms. Looking at, hold up, wait, let me increase the size for this one. 16 ohms, and there you go. That's with load on balanced. Okay, 1.16. We can now verify if the TP35 Pro and the Dawn Pro 2 is if it's actually the same thing, and if people are just LARPing with the TP35 Pro. Because I swear to God, it's practically the same shit. It has the same internals. Goddamn, it has even the same button layout. 1.97. So yeah, is it the same? It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Yep. Even with load on single-ended, it's practically the same. Yeah. Max current. It's practically the same. It's actually worse. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm measuring VAC RMS. This isn't through RMS, don't worry. Measure max. Is it powerful? Yeah, To measure max power, you have to measure max voltage and max current, and from there you just multiply both of them and you get max power in milliwatts. If we multiply it by 1000. Electro boom. Wait, what's electro boom? I have no idea what electro. Wait, what's electro boom? Is it bad? But yeah, we can compute max power just simply multiplying voltage and current. V times I VAR VAR. Oh no. PVR. Sorry, PVR. Yeah, PVR. Yep. Hold up, let me verify everything that I'm talking about just to make sure I'm not hallucinating or some shit like AI. 3.946. Yeah, practically the same shit. Oh, that's insane. Max current single ended is 277.79. Max current at balance is 171. It's actually slightly worse. Wait, so why is TP35 Pro being... I still go... what? It has higher output impedance as well, I believe. Yeah. Single-ended. Yeah, it does have a higher output impedance at 16 ohms. 23.07. Yeah, higher output impedance. And lower power. So, why the fuck is it getting recommended? Or maybe is this a unit vary? I don't know. I'm gonna sleep. Good night, everybody. I'm in the stream. Uh, huh? What? I'm so confused. Electro Boom is a YouTuber? Oh, okay. But yeah, measuring max power here. Maximum voltage is this one. This is at like I make sure that my volume is at the highest, and I also make sure that the volume on the actual DAC amp is at the highest, hence why it's changing LED. Um Also, engineers definitely tested this way more than this. This is just like surface level. The what goes on to actually making a DAC amp is so... I hate it, but at the same time I love it as well because I can geek out over the different shits about it. But there's they don't worry, they thought about what they're doing. But what I'm wondering right now is why YouTubers and why reviewers are recommending the TP35 Pro over the Dawn Pro, and why is AI stating that the Tier and Black Pearl, at the very least, the superior original one, the first version of the Black Pearl, why is it getting touted as more powerful compared to the Dawn Pro 2? Yeah, I will make a video out of this. Yeah. AI is always wrong. In basic formulas, they're not. But in a lot of things, they're definitely always wrong. I don't know, man. I don't know. I5 Val maxes out, but RMS is 2.3. You know what? Wait, I'm curious about something with the Valkyrie. If you go Valkyrie since BRMS output 5.7 watts. Damn. Okay. Oh shit. No. Okay. Hmm. I mean, even stuff like head5.org, only ASR actually measures this type of thing. Not YouTube, not head5 reviewers measure these kinds of things. I'ma be the first in YouTube. Oh, they have output impedance listed here. Output power. They don't have the voltage though, but they do have RMS output power here at 600 ohms. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. My vac. No, no, no. It's not gonna explode. My resistor will explode because it's one quarter watt. I need at least like a 6 watt or a 9 watt. I think a 9 watt would be better. Because wattage, like if we're measuring different DAC amps, if we're maxing them out just to check for output voltage, maximum voltage, output current, maximum current, output impedance, and power, I'm gonna need to make sure that it can handle the the resistor can handle the thermal load as well as the actual like electronic load that goes beyond it. You like pickles in your burger? Yes, I do. You will explode. They say up to, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. It says up to. It's not going to be a constant thing. Like, for example, here, Cadelic's T71, they say 4 VRMS, but the actual measured one is just 3.93. It's not really that much of a difference, but it's not going to be exact. It's like what I was saying a while ago. It's going to be similar to how hard drives are and how SSDs are, where if you buy a 1 terabyte hard drive or a 1 terabyte SSD, you're not really gonna get 1,000 gigabytes worth of storage. It's always gonna be at 900 something, which is pretty I guess pretty universal across different I guess across different stuffs. Yeah, I don't want to leave the belt. Is there any independent measurements? We can measure it. I think, wait, James, you're gonna be at Manila in 29, right? We can measure it. Meaning, like, don't worry, don't worry. I'm talking about stuff which is not known by regular folks. So I have to make sure that I actually script it properly. Nope. Oh, okay, okay. Rip. Hmm. Matt, I have a curious question. I have a very curious question. Do you know anybody who has Cosmos E1DA ADC? It should have a low enough output, like THD plus N. It should have a low enough output impedance as well, and it should be like very transparent enough for um measuring different DAC amps and like actually measuring like um getting the what do you call this, the frequency response of different DAC amps. If you know anybody who has the E1DA Cosmos E1DA DAC, no, not DAC, Cosmos E1DA ADC, analog to digital converter, please message me. If you want, I can send you. I'm down. I'm down. But like, wait. Do you have a E1DA ADC? Hmm. Golden Sound. Do you know the Babyface RM1 or R1? I think Babyface R1. Although that's $1,000 ADC, but RME, yeah. Babyface RME. Yeah, audio interface is an ADC as well. Converts, ADC. He should work. Okay, I'm gonna contact you about that. All right, I'm gonna contact you about that. Okay, I'm gonna make a very cohesive DAC AMP video. I experienced some criticism with the tier N wave stream last time. Like somebody was saying like it was more of a holistic type of thing rather than a properly like technical breakdown. Point taken. Now I do technical. Kageuchi, I put them in an oven. I heat it up for like 20 minutes. Make sure to shake them around and such. So it you can remove. Yeah. Wait, it's not babyface. It's not babyface. Damn. Okay. Hmm. 70 to $120. What is your use case? What do you want from it? No, it's probably another clean DAC. Yeah, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, you can do it 10 minutes at a time if you're a bit scared of like going 20 minutes the same. 70 to $120 for gaming, bit of music, mainly gaming. Hmm. Do you want something warmer or do you want something brighter or do you want something leaning more towards neutral? No, not a DAC. It's gonna be it's the silica balls to remove humidity. Desiccants. There you go, desiccants. Because I heavily promote buying silica balls. Not so sure. Okay, if you're not so sure, I would suggest EPZ G30. EPZ G30 is gonna be a good one. It's gonna have buy the one in Type C. This is gonna have a microphone, a boom mic. It's gonna be warm, but it's still gonna be technical, and it's also going to be like it also has EQ capabilities. You can play around with the sound, and it will save on the actual USB-C connection of it. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty nice first IEM, and it's gonna be a pretty nice IEM for gaming regardless. I recommend looking into that. I got you, bro. I got you. All right, so next stream is going to be about another. Wait, I don't have it outside, but the next stream is going to be this Sunday. It's going to be about another DAC amp. It's the True Theory Key X. It's just going to be a 3.5 millimeter to USB-C DAC amp. No, there's no software for it, but it's a pretty easy to bring type of DAC amp situation. And then the next stream before I leave for China would be the Twistura beta. We're gonna be opening this up as well. Hold up, let me fix this. we're gonna be opening up the Twistura beta as well over there pretty soon. All right, Jude's DC04 is a microwave. That's true. It's hot. Although last time we tried it, it didn't go as hot as how we thought it would, but Manila temp. Definitely hot. On August 20th, the moment I return to the Philippines, that's when I'm going to build the Gundam with Goat on stream as well. Although that will be like a members only stream, so be a member. Just kidding. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. No, too preferred. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and head out, everybody. I hope I can make the video, like the stream summary of this thing, far more easier to understand. If not, and if I can't make it easier to understand, I'm just gonna add notes on the actual video itself to explain what I want to tell you guys in a better way, or I'm just gonna record like I'm just gonna turn the full stream into a proper video. We'll see. But the video version of the stream is definitely going to be easier to understand. And again, I'm very sorry for not being able to explain these things more simply. I suck at explaining things simply if I don't have it written down first and properly studied. I also have more questions now than answers, especially when comparing TP35 Pro and Dawn Pro 2, which is wild. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go head out, everyone. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you guys this Sunday as well. And bye bye.